just gonna have a chit chat,
Sure.
talk about whatever.
All right.
To everybody, this is Lazar,
What's up?
and this is Sebastian Alexander, AbsoluteCourage.com. Plugging my website as always. And yeah, so we just got done an outdoor workout. And so, what do you think of that?
I mean, I don't know what to think most of the time. I mean, I gotta give it to this guy. He always pushes me to work my hardest. I like outdoor more than indoor now, and it wasn't like that before. I would always try to use the weights at the machines, in the gym, thinking that was the optimum way to work out. But you get more out of going outdoors, believe it or not. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. We were going to one of the local gyms here until COVID-19 hit, and it was good. I mean, it's a good gym. Lots of space. Usually, machines aren't overcrowded, right? So we were always able to get our workout in a timely manner. But this is so much more convenient, right? Because we can just go practically anywhere.
Yeah.
And bust out some push-ups, pull-ups, whatever it is. And you said that you're feeling it, right? You get sore.
Yeah, when I was first starting, I would get sore and it was a bad time, I wouldn't enjoy it. But now it's if you just keep consistent about certain things in your life and you keep hitting the bag, you keep going at it, eventually the pain slowly starts to go away and you start to feel the pump, you start to feel the thing everyone chases all of that time, right? That exhilaration to go out and do it again, right? So it's a nice feeling when that first occurs for the first time. It's kind of rewarding. It's a rewarding sensation. So.
That was poetic. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And when did you start working out again?
I mean, it's been what now?
A couple of months now, right?
A couple months. We started, I want to say late November, kind of December time.
I don't think it was back then. I think it was more like
earlier.
February.
Oh, February. Okay.
Because I didn't join this gym until December.
Oh, sorry. At Platinum, yeah, it was around February when we joined Platinum. So it was, yeah. I mean, that's when I got serious about it. I'd say I was doing it a little bit before, but I got serious in February. And what is it now? April. So it's a solid 2-3 months now almost. So yeah, it's good. I'm starting to see a little bit of results. So I just want to keep going at it. I'm encouraged to do more now.
Right. And prior to this, you had never really worked out seriously, right?
I mean,
you said you did taekwondo and
you
do dance, which helps with cardio, but the weights is kind of new for you.
Yeah,
right?
that was always a thing for me. If it wasn't a game or if it wasn't fun, exercise wasn't really worth it then, For me, it always had to involve some sort of mental, cognitive function, right? I just hated, just staring at something mindlessly and just doing rep after rep or just sit up after sit up, I was getting nothing out of it, and then I realized, when I'm going with a friend or I'm going with someone who's also got similar goals as me, it's almost a tit-for-tat game, kind of okay, he does some, I do some, and then it's
it encourages you.
It gets the ball rolling, and it's better than just kind of doing a mindless action, but you gotta always push yourself to do sometimes things you don't want to do for the future benefit result in the future, right? So I'm just kind of rambling, but it's
no, for sure, I totally get that.
Yeah.
And I will say for sure that you definitely like working out with me more than you do alone.
I think that's the next big challenge for me, learning how to do it on my own. And every morning I wake up, do 10 chin-ups on my little pull-up bar. I do 10 push-ups, but I'm starting to think that just won't cut it anymore. You got to do more. Exactly. So.
Right. And how about nutrition? Because as we've acknowledged before, nutrition it's like the Pareto principle, right? 80-20. Yeah. So 20% of your gains are actually going to come from the work you do in the gym. That doesn't mean that you can slack off, but 80% of the gains are going to come from keeping your diet on point and your sleep as well, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say about that?
It was hard for me to see any gains in the beginning because I had to kick the sugar, man. Sugar was the number one thing, because if you think about it chemically, sugars break down proteins, right? So it's the complete antithesis to any meat that you're going to put in your body, right? So even if you are eating more meat, you're canceling it out by having that sugary drink or that Coca-Cola or whatever, that donut, right? So you really got to heed the warning and stay away from sugar, I found at least. That's one of the hardest things to kick right away because, believe it or not, we're all addicted to sugar, right?
Not me.
So we don't know it, but, it sneaks up on you, so.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. And then, what would you say in regards to the best foods to be eating? Because we know that we should be avoiding sugar, but what are the top foods that you would suggest? To build muscle?
Honestly, man, just those steaks. Just pound those steaks, pound those chickens as much as freaking possible.
Eggs, right?
Eggs, if you can't get a hold of meat, and meat can be expensive in whichever part of the world you live in. Sometimes you live in a food desert, so it's hard to get your hands on some good quality meat. So I'm just suggesting, like, anything with protein in it. Like, honestly, just get those eggs in, get anything. You want to stay away, not too much carbs. Again, depends on your body type, right? Like, some people need carbs. For example, me, like, I just got to eat everything. I'm just skinny, right? But if you're maybe a little bit bigger, stay away from the carbs and just hit those proteins, right? So, and get some vegetables in. Fibers are important. You don't need to take Metamucil if you just eat more vegetables, right?
You were taking that?
In the past, yeah. In the past.
That's the fiber supplement.
Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
it just get more healthy foods in, and you won't even need to think about supplements, right? But that's the thing, like, finding time to prep is some challenge I'm going through right now, figuring out how to prep those foods. So simple recipes is probably
Exactly,
something
right? It
I'm
can be
looking
tough
at.
sometimes when you're working full time.
Yeah.
And then you
Oh
have
boy,
other
it is.
commitments like dance and whatnot, right? And then of course you have to go and get in the gym or
Yeah.
do the workouts. So it can be a challenge to find the time to prepare the
Get
right
yourself a nice girlfriend who'll do it for you.
food. Hey man, that honestly is an
That's the
optimal
goal,
solution.
right?
Yeah. And you also have the added benefit of her pouring her love into
Yeah,
what's for you,
yeah.
right? So that's a key point to take away from here.
Yeah.
So let's just wrap it up because
Yeah.
we don't want to be rambling here. Do you have any
Yeah.
closing thoughts about any advice that you would give to people who want to get into working out or who are struggling to find the motivation to keep going and improve their body?
I mean, you hear a lot of theory out there in the world. Everyone's telling you mind over matter, and honestly, like, that's probably, it sounds so cliche, but really it's the first step. Honestly, before you can do anything, before you can learn how to drive a car or learn how to fly an airplane, you gotta commit mentally to wanting it, right? If you're an overweight person, if you're a skinny person, you want to get jacked, or whatever your problem may be, like, the first step is you gotta realize that if, let's say, you're overweight, like, you gotta realize, hey, this stuff's killing me. Like, doing this is not sustainable anymore. Like, I gotta heed to this warning that I'm giving myself and make the change, right? That's the first thing. Like, commit your mind to the problem and then begin the execution of the problem. So it's cliche, but I mean, that's the first step you gotta take, really. And that's what I found with myself. So that's the best advice I could give.
Yep. Good advice. It is cliche for a reason because it's the truth,
Yeah.
right? If you're not committed and if it's not painful enough where you're at right now, where either you can be on either end of the spectrum, right? You're so skinny, or you're overweight, and you just want to get in that in between, where that optimal in between, where you're in really good shape, then you need to get into that mindset, right? So, hey man, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no
It
problem.
was a good talk, and for all of you out there who want to get jacked, visit my blog, absolutecourage.com, for more tips and just advice on how I build up my body and how you can do the same thing, because all of us can do it. All right, have a good one.